We'll end our program with a very special woman this evening. Valerie Capers is a pianist extraordinaire. Listen to her play. Now, those are some cool notes, and Valerie's going to play with another pianist, Barry Harris, this Friday at the Flushing Town Hall. She joins us now, along with consulting producer Clyde Bullard. Folks, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Now,
yes.
You said, Valerie, that jazz was your first love. Just how did that come about?
Well, I had a younger brother who went to the High School of Music and Art, and he was a wonderful reed player and did study piano, and he got bitten by the jazz bug as a teenager, and I was the one on the block in the South Bronx where all the guys were playing jazz and Latin music and Latin jazz, and I was going to the Juilliard School, so I was Bobby's older sister who went to the Juilliard School. But when I got out, Bobby made me feel, he said, you know, it's all right to play Beethoven and Bach, but you should get involved in music. That's part of our heritage, and that and you have that responsibility. And that's what really started it. Learning to play jazz has been my biggest challenge. It was really hard for me, and it took many years. Every time I sit down and I can play a blues, or I think, God, it's a miracle, because I went through hell to get there. It wasn't like the study that I had when I was playing Bach conventions.
You weren't always blind either.
No, but
that came at an early age in childhood. Tell us about that and how it affected your participation in music.
All right, I lost my sight when I was 6. I just started in 1A in a public school that was just brand new. No scratches on the floor of the walls. It was just, I was so excited. And one morning I woke up and I had a pink eye, and I remember my mother called my great-grandmother, her grandmother, and she said, put some hot compresses on. It sounds primitive now when you think about all the antibiotics and things that we have. But she did, and in the meantime I had a sore throat too. So just to shorten everything, I had a strep throat, and the doctor did not take a culture of that throat, and I got very, very sick. And finally my father wrapped me up in a blanket, and it was snowing, and took me in a cab to the Children's Hospital at Columbia Presbyterian.
Yeah.
And there I was in an isolated ward for I was there in an isolated ward for almost 2 months.
What remarkable things, though, you've done with your music since. Clyde, she's going to be performing this weekend. Tell us about this concert.
Well, it's a first-time concert bringing together 2 veteran jazz musicians, NEA jazz master Barry Harris and Valerie Capers, who is also an extraordinary talent. So this is the first time ever they've played together, 2 pianos at one time.
And are there tickets
with a rhythm section
still available for people?
Yes, it's selling extremely well, and the concert will be this Friday at 8 o'clock at Flushing Town Hall. They're going to be playing a selection.
That will be a treat.
Oh, please.
A treat for everyone. Thank you so much, and break a leg.
Yes.
Thank you.
Celebrating success. Our stories. Our voices. Positively Black.
And in today's edition of Positively Black, continuing the legacy of jazz in Queens.
2 musicians are now on a mission to honor Jimmy Heath, the saxophonist, composer, and arranger, who they call their musical mentor. Here's Weekend Today in New York's Rana Novini.
He's played with the likes of Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis, and John Coltrane. But Jimmy Heath is a legend in his own right. A masterful musician, prolific composer, and arranger. Heath even played for President Bill Clinton at the White House in 1993, a concert on PBS that gained notoriety after Clinton picked up a saxophone and played along. He may have been just 5'3", but Jimmy Heath was larger than life in the jazz world, both on stage and off.
It was the fact that people saw the love, humanity, and the spirit that came through it, resonated through his music, but not only resonated through his music, through him.
To Antonio Hart, Heath was not just a musical mentor, he was a father figure. Heath even dedicated a song to Hart called Like a Son.
I had accepted him as my musical father way before that, you know, without words being said.
Hart played in the Queen's Jazz Orchestra, conducted by Heath. Heath and Flushing Town Hall producer Clyde Bullard started the group in 2008, an effort to preserve the heritage of jazz in Queens.
He was supposed to adopt me in public, at one of the concerts at Flushing Town Hall, you know, just as a joke and to show how much he cared for me, but he got sick and it never happened.
Heath died in 2020 at the age of 93. His protégés now working to continue the legacy and keep the Queen's Jazz Orchestra together. Before his death, Heath told Hart he should be the next conductor.
There's a part of me that feels like I'm not worthy of this opportunity, that I'm not ready for it. But then there's another aspect where, well, this is a challenge. This is a push to go past your fears. It's a little bittersweet. I have to bear with us physically.
On stage this summer at Flushing Town Hall, for the first time since Heath's death, Hart led the ensemble through song after song, telling us his mentor's teachings and spirit are guiding him.
He's still pouring into me to be better and to contribute something positive to humanity.
And the Queen's Jazz Orchestra now looks to Hart to nurture the next generation, just like Heath would have done.
Continuing the legacy and moving it into other next generations and moving it forward into the future.
Rana Novini, News 4 New York.